So we are building web pages, and that's the web page we're going to build, and we're going to do it with just margin 0 auto for the centering, and a div, and a background image. And if you want to take this whole course, you can find it at Greater Commons, all the resources, all the code samples, an amazing outline. You can find it right here, that one. That's the one. So grab that class. Super awesome. Let's build this page. And I'm going to go to this one here. Give myself an index page and an HTML page. On the index page, I'll take anything out of there. And then the CSS page, I'll get rid of all my CSS there. Sweet. So when I look at this, I see a container. That container is green. It's on a sea of blue. So I need some sort of container. We've been learning about semantic HTML, so I might start thinking about my semantic tags. An article needs to be able to stand on its own. Main can't be for sectioning content, we learned. And we could just review that, main.mdn. And you have to do this when you're learning about these. I still have to do it. But main represents dominant content of the body of a document. The main content area consists of contents directly related. Central topic, or the central functionality, a document must not have more than one. Content categories: flow content, palpable content, permitted content. It can hold flow content. Permitted parents, where flow content's expected. Where's the thing that I read? Usage note. Content main should be unique to the document. Content that is repeated across a set of documents, such as sidebars, navigation, links, sites, should not be included. Main doesn't contribute to the document's outline. Main doesn't affect the DOM's concept of the structure page. It's strictly informative. Well, I think main would be fine then. For some reason I had in my mind that main was not supposed to be for sectioning. And what is sectioning? So we might just say section, MDN, and see what comes up. And so section, there's that section element, and sections and outlines here. Structure of a document, HTML4, Get away from this page. The outline algorithm, run from that. Sectioning, let's try sectioning MDN. And section, using HTML sections and outline content categories. I think this is the one we just did right there. That's that one, and that's the one. That's a scary one. Main content categories, main content, meta, flow, sectioning. Here we have header, footer, article aside, nav, section, but main's not in there. Maybe that's where I got this idea. Elements belonging sectioning model create a section in the current outline that defines the scope. So it depends upon if we want, like, to try to, let's see where section in the current outline. See, it takes us back to sections and outlines. So this is a little confusing when you start trying to think about, let me make sure I outline everything well. And structure of a document HTML4, problem solved by HTML5. HTML5 outline algorithm, never used. There should be a big red thing here that is not used. So it's right here. There are currently no known implementations of the outline algorithm. So don't ever use it. Nobody's using it. Just use H1 through H6. So it's kind of like, right, you get into that thing where, at least for me, where I get a little OCD. Well, which bolt should I be using? There's 120 bolts, and I need to put my tires on my car. Which one, what strength, what metal density should I? And it's, that engineering side of me wants it to be accurate, precise, but it's not. And so H1 through H6, and I think main is going to be fine. The hell with it. This is the main thing on this page. That's it, right? So I think main works. Do you see the process I just went through there in figuring out, what the container is going to be? This is pretty much the main stuff. And I don't think I'd want in main right? We just read, I wouldn't want in main. I wouldn't want, where's the head? Main doesn't contribute to outline, so just who cares about the outline? H1 through H6, because when we clicked on outline, right, we got, well, where did it go? I don't know. Somewhere we clicked on it, but it was, you know, H1 through H6 is how we outline. How many people you don't know, no idea what I'm talking about? How many people that's helpful for you? Okay. So main doesn't contribute to the document's outline. Main doesn't affect DOM. That's okay. We're just using H1 through H6 to signify things. So now that we have main, we need to come over here and do some stuff. HTML body, heck with it, main, and we're going to zero things out with the CSS reset. So it goes content, padding, border, margin, box sizing, border box, and then font, inherit, color. Wasn't there inherit? Right? And so we just made everything small. Just zeroed things out. And now we're going to go main. And width is probably like 80%. And border is like 2 pixels solid black. And background color is some kind of blue. Some kind of blue, like a deep sky blue. And it helps sometimes to say things like this in accent. Except the background, the body, that's the body, is that blue. So I'm going to duplicate that and move it up. And this one is like a green. And it's like a limey green, like lawn. That's going to be way too bright, but that's all right. And then that's 80%, and it's probably going to be more like 70%, maybe even 60. And then we have margins. We have width, 70% auto, because we want that to be centered, right? That's centering the big green box, right? Except it doesn't go on there. It goes to here, margin, and we do 0 auto, because we don't want any margin top and bottom. But we want left and right to automatically be equal widths. Margin auto, 0 auto. There it is. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Wow, this is a really green screen up there. That didn't turn out well. Oh, that's weird. The projector's tweaky. All right, so now that we have that, we're going to add in for that surfer image a div. Oops, and that's all we need. And then we're going to have a header 01, 02. And so we'll just have some H1s. And they're going to have some content, and it's going to be header 01, 02. And then they're going to have a child, which is some lorem. And that's going to be 3 of those lorms. And those will be in paragraphs, maybe. Right? So we'll have 3. We need 3 paragraphs. And each one has lorem in it, so we need 3 of those. Yes. And then we need 2 of these. So we're going to have a H1 with the content of header 001, 002. And this is going to have a child. And that child is going to be a paragraph with some lorem in it. And we're going to have 3 of those. And then we're going to have that twice. I don't know if that's going to work. So heading 1, And then paragraph, paragraph, paragraph in heading 1. So that's not quite what I wanted. So instead of that, it needs to be, they need to be plus is +1, immediate sibling, or this is, you know, siblings, right? So I think I'll go with those and see what happens. Oh, it doesn't like anything about that. So let's try the plus. So now we got H1, paragraph, paragraph, paragraph. H2, paragraph, paragraph, paragraph. That looks good, right? We can preview it. And that is Emmett, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So far, so good, right? Except we could have improved our Emmett a little. And we could have added an ID here. Okay, and let's look at that. So now the H's have ID S1, and this has ID S2. And I will copy this for you so that you have that. And then we'll just put this in an H1. There's the Emmett. I'm just leaving it in an H1 so you can see it. Okay? That's some serious, interesting code. How many people are having a good time? Raise your hand.
Honestly, I'm telling you now, I'm exhausted.
Why?
I have like a big time before this.
Oh, long day. Okay. All right, so now that we have that, we need to work on this div, and we need to work on the colors. So we have S1, boop, 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 and it's back. Oh, it's just color on this one. And it's like blue. And we have an S2, and it's like red or whatever. I was so remedial when I was learning this stuff. My teacher got so frustrated with me. I told you that story, right? My teacher's like, "Are you the slowest person on the planet?" And I was like, "I'm sorry." And now it's kind of like fun. But I don't do this enough, you know? I only get to do it 9 weeks out of the year. Let's do our div. So our div width is like 200 pixels. Height is 200 pixels. Border is like 10 pixels. Groove orange. And background image. And it's going to be URL. And then I'm going to go up a level and up a level and then dog. Sweet. And background position is center. And background repeat is none. And background size, color, size, color. Size is cover. That should be enough. It's pretty good. Bobby dog. Now I want to center that div. That's pretty good. And I want to round it. It's going to be more like 400. And then round. What do I do for rounding?
40.
Radius, like maybe 35 pixels. Huh?
I'll put 50.
Oh, here, let's go. Oh, I need like width and height being different. Ah? Why is it, sorry, that's annoying. Why is that one more oval? So this would be like width 400.
Go down to your border radius.
This is what I had that problem with the other day, right?
Yeah.
And it was either pixel or percent.
And put 50.
Why? Why am I not getting that? So now we just go back and look at the old code and try to figure out why. Why? And server page. So for this page, border radius was 100%. So maybe I just need to crank it up. And I had an image on that one. Is that the right solution?
Yeah.
I just put an image there. Okay. Did it differently. Image, display block, margin 0 auto, border radius 100%. Let's see what happens when we do border radius 100%. Well, that's better. So I did it with a div in this one. In the previous one, I did it with an image. Notice the difference in the code. Here's the code I just wrote. Here's the code from before. So body compared to, I did main. Main is here. So width, margin, border, background color, width, margin, border, background color, same thing. And I did image, display, margin, border, radius, border. And here I did div, and it's display, margin, border, border, radius. But here I just set the width and height of the div and all the background image stuff. So that explains the extra chunks of code. All right, so there's my solution for the server page. Anybody have questions? How many people enjoyed that exercise? How many people feel their skills kind of like you're getting some understanding? How many people do not? All right, wonderful. Like this video, hit subscribe so I can retire. Thank you.